up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 3, Episode 8. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens with Amara La Negra. Her mom is out there working in the garden. And when her daughter comes out there, she's like, Mama, you know that we have people now that can do this. And the mom was like, no, that's okay. She enjoys working out in the garden. It gives her a little peace and serenity. When the mama looks over at Amara La Negra, at first she kind of has a scowl on her face. I thought she was going to go off on her about the dad, but actually the mom smiles and she was just like, congratulations about your performance. Okay, the mom thought it was great. And Amara La Negra was like, thank you so much. You know, she loved it. It was wonderful, you know, and she was proud of herself that she was able to do, you know, everything without Julian. But she also tells her that she met with her father afterwards. And oh, child, you know, mama ain't want to hear that. I'm sure many mothers out there can relate to this conversation. I'm not quite sure if Amara La Negra is just doing this for the sake of the show or if she really is this naive, okay? But she tells her mom that the dad don't have any money and he needs Amara La Negra to help support him. And the mom was like, oh, so now all of a sudden he wants to come and reach out to you. All of a sudden he loves you so much. And Amara was just like, well, she feels like because she's the daughter and because she's able to help, you know, if she goes and spends $5,000 on a Gucci bag, then what is it to her to actually give that money to somebody who actually needs it? Okay, and it's her father. Her mom was like, I don't give a fuck if it's your father. Your father didn't do nothing for us, nothing. He knew exactly where we were. Okay, she starts to bring up about the papers and the mom was like, that's bullshit. Okay, he knew where we were. He ain't tried to do nothing here. You know, he made us suffer. He didn't do anything. Even when you were 13 and you actually met him, he still didn't try to have a relationship with you. Now all of a sudden, you know, that mama was not backing down, and I did not blame her because now I'm kind of with the mama. Like, listen, ain't nobody say you can't have no relationship with your daddy and everything, but if your first thing is I love you, can I have some money for my treatment? You know, I love you too, as much as I can for somebody that ain't been around and I don't know you. I love the fact that you are my father and I love the idea of us possibly trying to get a relationship going, but I am not about to be taken advantage of. I am not this stupid for you to think that you can come all of a sudden and now you need money. What about all them years that I needed money? Okay, and that's what the mama's saying. You know, now all of a sudden you're Amara La Negra, and now all of a sudden he wants to be here, and now all of a sudden he needs your help. Okay, well, she still feels like, you know, she should do it because that's her father. Her mother was like, well, I'm your mother. I'm your mother. Your mama who sat up with you every night when you was sick, okay? When you was upset, crying about shit that happened in your life, who's been there in the bad times, who's been there to support you, who's been there. What has he done but waltzed in, you know, sickly in the last hour, and all of a sudden he needs your money? So the mama is not feeling it. Amara La Negra, you know, I'm not sure if this might be a cultural thing. It don't feel like it's a cultural thing because the mama is like, hell fucking no. Again, I'm not sure if Amara La Negra is doing it for the drama of the show and realizing that she's being taken advantage of, because it seems like a going theme on this show is Amara La Negra allows men to kind of run over her or kind of just take control of her, including her finances and everything. So I'm not sure if they've just dropped daddy off into that mix too and made it seem like that's what's happening, or is she really this gullible and is she just allowing yet another man to get into her pocket? Undeservedly so. So we'll see. And speaking of undeservedly so men, her and MJ, you know, he got a surprise for her. He take her to Pet Land. I was like, oh, the people out there who don't like, you know, pet stores. You ain't supposed to be buying dogs from the pet stores. They say they all come from puppy mills, y'all. I was like, this is not a good look politically. I was waiting for somebody to start fussing about it on Twitter. He brings her in there and he was just like, you know, I know you're not ready to have kids and everything. And I'm not trying to press you or nothing, but I got a gift for you, you know. So can somebody bring the Yorkie out? And she's looking like, oh my God, MJ, I know that you are trying to, I appreciate the gesture, you know, Lassie. What you say, Lassie? You got me a dog? What do you mean you got me a, what kind of dog? Huh? I appreciate the gesture, but Amada La Negra is smart enough to know that she cannot take care of a dog right now. He was just like, no, baby, you can take this dog. You got a whole lot of help. You got 3 people living in the house, and we could teach him how to pee on the pad and take him out for walks and all of this. I said, y'all gonna get enough of making these damn dogs pee on pads, okay? You take that little motherfucker outside to use the bathroom, because when you have them peeing on the pads, then they think everything that's laying on the floor that's soft means that they supposed to pee on it. Okay, you get a t-shirt that dropped on the floor, he gonna pee on it. You got one of your work shirts down in the floor on accident, he gonna pee on it. Take these damn dogs outside. These little dogs is not supposed to be demolishing your fucking house, peeing every goddamn where, okay? But anyway, back to the show. I still have a lot that I want to do with my career, and I cannot be tied down taking care of a dog. MJ ain't trying to hear it. Oh, no, baby, you gonna take this dog. It's gonna be okay. Here, look, baby, hold it, baby. She's just like, oh, he is so cute, huh? Do you think he already loves me? Yes, of course he does. Now, get this. Now that he done buttered her up with the dog that she don't even really want, he get to telling her that, he knows that she ain't got no manager, and you know what? I'm your man. I'm your boy. Until you find somebody to work in that capacity, I'm going to be the one that's going to do that for you. She was just like, I don't really know where this is coming from, so let me just think about it. I said, girl, you better not think about it. You better not let this fool be manager. She's just like, he is an artist. He's been in the business for a long time. He used to manage himself, but I don't know anybody else he's managed. That's exactly why. Okay, you don't need to be dealing with this. You cannot be contemplating something like this. See, this is what I'm talking about, how they seem to just really have this girl pigeonholed as just this dumbass girl with some money, and men come into her life and take the shit over. So I'm getting sick of this narrative. Still trying to figure out if she really is this dumb. She doesn't seem like it, but I mean, it could be. She said she shouldn't mix business with pleasure. I said, you shouldn't even mix pleasure with pleasure. Leave this fool alone. All right, you guys, Briscoe, we see him. He's having a family night of bowling. It's him and Shello, okay? The woman that he broke up with, or she broke up with him while he was in jail because he was acting such a fool before he went in there. But now, Briscoe wants to be all family man and all of that. So it's him, it's her, and it's one of their kids together. I think the little boy that she said that suffered the most. And they having a good time. The little boy is happy that he's got his dad there. He's got his mom there. Kids like to see their parents together. He sits down with Shello, though. And when the little boy walks away, he still wants to see about making this happen. Shello still ain't really quite ready to say what it is, but he says he just gonna make sure that he just keeps on trying. He's a family man, okay? He tells her how he's worried about Trick. Trick had got arrested, and, jail ain't no fun, okay? Briscoe knows because he was there for 3 years, and I shouldn't laugh because I would die in 3 years, so let me not laugh about it. But, he say that ain't no place even for somebody like Trick. Trick got lupus. He probably self-medicating, and Briscoe used to do that self-medicating too, but he don't do that shit no more. He weaned himself off of drugs while he was in jail. Well, now he feels like it's his duty to kind of help Trick through this whole situation because jail just ain't really nowhere to be. Trick need to be about his business, about his restaurants, about whatever family he got. That's what's important, because that's what's important to Briscoe too. All right, you guys, so the Baps, oh God, it's really just Suki who really wears me out. You guys. But anyway, she says she gonna go meet with the good sis Saucy Santana, because Saucy got some new music coming out and she just want to see what what's going on. Okay, so we see Saucy Santana. I wish I could do his voice because it is just so over the top and a whole lot. And when you see Saucy Santana, just him is a whole lot. I had never heard of this person until that whole shooting incident happened down there in Miami. And then people was asking me to talk about it in top of the blogs. And I was like, who the fuck is a damn Saucy Santana? I do not know who that is. And he is so not on my radar. So I couldn't even bother myself. But now that I'm hearing about this story and him getting shot at in New York, I mean, I know Mona ain't got the nerve and the gall to actually set up a shooting on the nigga get shot in the leg. Now, did that really happen? Because now I'm giving it the side eye. Like, is this a storyline of all things? But whatever, Saucy, after he finished performing whatever he was doing, he was like, oh, my girls are here, so he got to see what his girls are talking about. So he goes out, child, he come in there with that little silver. I mean, I was just like, ooh, you guys be so bold in the shit that y'all wear. I am not mad. I mean, if you feel like you is that bitch to come out in them kind of outfits and everything, I mean, ain't nothing I can say about it. But anyway, Saucy Santana wants to know what's going on with the BAPS tour. Oh, they really trying to make it happen. They just got to get their dates together, they tour dates, they tour locations. They need a road manager, all that is where they at right now. But for sure, the BAPS tour is about to happen. What's going on with you, Saucy Santana? Well, Saucy, this is when he explains to us that he was shot. Okay? He was shot in the leg in a strip club, and that it was a LGBTQ kind of a hate crime like thing. But let Miami Tip say it. Now, I'm not sure if Miami Tip was supposed to be his manager or what. But Miami Tip supposedly was at the location, at the strip club at the same time that Saucy supposedly was acting a goddamn fool. And Miami Tip took to her Instagram or her live or whatever and put out a video saying that it was not a hate crime, that Saucy Santana was acting a plumb fool up in there. He was threatening people. He was all up in the guards' faces with the fingers and everything. He pulled down his pants, exposed himself. He was cutting up so bad that she was just like, of course somebody shot at his ass because he had a whole bunch of mouth, a whole bunch of this. But he's pissed because he was just like, he didn't do none of that shit. Can't nobody up in there say that he did any of that shit. And when he got outside of the strip club, somebody drove by and shot him in his fucking leg. And he don't appreciate Miami Tip going out there and saying all of this shit. So he pissed off. Well, Suki, that's Suki's manager. And Suki was just like, well, hold on. This whole thing puts me in a weird place because, that's my manager and everything. And then Saucy Santana is her friend. But maybe, Suki will be able to talk to Miami Tip and tell her that she needs to apologize. I'm thinking to myself, like, why would Miami Tip apologize if this is what she said happened? Okay? It wasn't like she was just talking bad about somebody. She was giving facts on what happened on the night as far as Miami Tip was concerned. But Saucy Santana was just like, okay, well, if the girl's got, something to say, if she gonna apologize, then I guess he'll listen. So later on, we see the BAPS. Okay, this time it's actually Hood Brat, Suki, and Chameleon. They are going to be interviewing for road managers. I hate when they do scenes like this because I just be like, it's just a waste of time. Everybody know this ain't real. They're going to interview these people for this now. For whatever reason, Mona ain't got time to be going to no office buildings to hold interviews, okay? This season on this show, everything is held in a strip club. Okay, so Miami Tip says she had connections, so that's why they at the strip club. We're going to interview some people. So, like I said, it's Suki, Chameleon, Hood Brat. Before the people come out there, Miami Tip asked them what they looking for, and Chameleon, I believe, was like, we need somebody that's going to be very strict, somebody that's not trying to hang out with us, somebody that is, going to keep the groupies away, keep all of the bullshit away. We don't need them trying to be fraternizing with us. We don't need them trying to be hanging out with us, not drinking with us, none of that, okay? They are definitely all professional, all business, making sure that they taking care of what needs to be done for us to successfully get from city to city on this damn tour. Okay, that is what we need as a road manager. Not Suki, though. Suki said, I need somebody to give me some wings and I need some Hennessy. You guys think Suki's funny? Is that what you guys like out there? Oh, I tell you, every time I see her, I be like, oh, the ignorance abounds, you guys. It is so embarrassing. But wait a minute, I ain't told y'all all of it. So we get to the interviews. First lady come out. She's says that she got some experience, you know, and she can make sure that they get to their jobs wherever they gotta go. Make sure that they had a food and make sure. I was just like, okay, you look like you can tap. If you can tap, you can have a job. So she got on tap shoes. So she do a couple of little taps with her foot, you know, and I'm just like, Mona, you know what? You guys are really about to try me today. Okay. Next person comes out is some smooth guy. They thought he was cute. They was acting like he was really cute. I was just like, bitch, where? Oh, he come out. Oh yeah, I've been in the business for 15 years. I used to work for Chris Brown and I used Trey Songz and all these people, you know, and they was all like, really? Okay, here goes Suki. Wait, what you think about my lyrics? My rent due, nigga, let me suck on it. Put that dick down my throat, I want to lick on it. I said, I don't understand, you guys. I don't understand. When she was doing all of that, you could tell Hood Brat was over there. Honey, them big ass eyes that she got, they was rolling and everything. He was just like, well, you know, I'm fine with your lyrics. You know, I'm good to let the people dream about you doing it, but not really letting it happen. Oh, they love him, both Chameleon and Suki. Okay, that damn Hood Brat was sitting over there. She was like, I feel like we're just wasting time. I said, well, thank you. I knew that when I looked at you, that you had some damn sense. She was like, you know, this shit is serious. I cannot allow another opportunity to go by. Okay, well, this is what you about to be with. I feel like Suki, like I said, she is the leader. And I feel like Chameleon, I don't think that she is like how Suki is, but she kind of getting drawn into that Sukiness. And it's just, I know you guys told me she's really talented, Suki is. And I thought that she was good when she rapped at Trina's little thing, but this whole look is just so not, it's just so not cute. It's so not cute. So after that, they have another guy come in, some white Italian guy, as if some really successful Italian businessman would be meeting them in a strip club. You know, of course, they're all like, well, what you do? You know, who you work with? And he was just like, you know, when I get the job, you know, when it's time for you to know, you'll know. Who says these things? He's supposed to be all mafioso and business and all of that. Nigga, get off the stage. Like I said, why are we doing this? When it was all said and done, and Hood Brat was mad that, you know, they had done sat there. She wasn't even listening. She wasn't even contributing to the conversation after that. She was just sitting over there like this. If you would have just kept on seeing her on the sideline, she was pissed. So afterwards, you know, they get to talk in Miami, talking to Miami Tip about Saucy Santana and how Saucy feel like Miami needs to apologize for saying what happened, you know, when he got shot. And she was just like, well, what I'm apologizing for? Okay, that's exactly what happened. The nigga was there. He was cutting the fool. He pulled his pants down, you know, and was all up in security's face and, you know, was threatening people. I mean, it is what it is. That shit was not no hate crime. Okay, or at least we can't put it all on a hate crime considering the way that he was acting. Well, Suki was like, you know, you my manager, and I just really feel like you should apologize. Tell me, why did Miami Tip just be like, okay, you want me to apologize? I guess as a manager, this is the things that we got to do. Okay, I'm going to apologize. I was like, how did that flip so quickly? Just because you're a manager don't mean that you got to apologize if it's what happened. I guess she's apologizing for making the video. Okay, well, whatever. So, whatever. Saucy Santana, he's having this single release, I think, party, and he's performing. You guys, I don't have time to do it because I had to do 2 videos today. But he's performing And the girls are all there, you know, bucking her hair, Mara La Negra, you know, Suki and Chameleon and all them, they all sitting there, you know, enjoying his music. Even Amara La Negra, who told Trina that they were very hood. I said, well, look at you enjoying yourself, Miss Amara La Negra. After he finishes performing, Prima Donna sits down with Amara La Negra. She was just like, I just met Amara La Negra like 2 weeks ago, and, you know, she seemed to be a pretty cool girl, you know. She kind of remind me of me. Just somebody that's always hustling, you know, a businesswoman, you know, taking care of herself and making them coins. So that's what you get from Amara La Negra just from 2 weeks. That is not the picture that I get, but okay. Prima Donna is having a hard time in Miami being back there because, you know, she left her family in Atlanta. Came down there. It was fun at first because she could hang out with Trick and go to the restaurant and all of that. But now, you know, that he got arrested, you know, he been acting funny. So now she got to sit down with Amara La Negra over explaining her life to her, you know. I said, Amara La Negra, don't nobody want to know all this. They've been knowing you for two damn weeks. She just asked her one question. Where is MJ? And oh, child, that Amara La Negra had diarrhea of the mouth. As much as I love him, he stopped from being my boyfriend. Ever since I got rid of Julian, when I get home, he's like, come sit down. You know, we got to do this. We got to do that. We got to do this. I appreciate what he is trying to do for me. He's always helped me, but I just want him to be my boyfriend. I don't want him to do the work. Girl, this child ain't asked you all that. She just simply said, where's MJ? All you had to do was say at the house. But now that she done told Prima Donna all that, Prima Donna was like, girl, let me tell you something about these men. I mean, you know, I know MJ and everything. He don't seem like the type, but these men will, honey, they will try to get you hemmed up every time. Okay, you be doing all this work and you done, you know, gave them money and helped them out and they ain't helping you out at all. So just make sure you don't fall into that trap. You just can't never be too careful. Okay, but back over to the Baps. Alvin comes over there and he was just like, hey, what's up, girls? You know, I used to work for Trina. We've been all over the world. You know, I was her road manager. I helped her with doing this, that, and the other. Yada, 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 bleep, blap, bloop. Now I'm going to be the person for you guys. I heard you guys needed a manager for this Baps tour. You know, I'm your man. They all looking at him. What? You work for Trick? You work at the restaurant? Yeah, but before that, if you was fucking listening, I worked for Trina. And even Trina will vouch for him. So he lets them know that he is their man. You know, y'all continue doing your little research and whatever. But, you know, reach out, pull up, let them know. I'm going to take you to the top, period. Okay, oh, they love that. Period, okay. Child. Miami Tip is outside. We see her walking up. I said, that Miami Tip done got some shit done to her. She looks totally different than she did even last season, right? Just way more, a little bit more put together. Like I said, she like Madonna. She reinvents herself every season. She said she gonna apologize to Saucy because that's what her client, okay, Suki wants. But when she get there, she trying to walk in and security is like, oh, is that you? Okay, it's a picture of her up. It says no trespassing. She was like, no, that's my sister. But she thinking to herself like, what the fuck is this? I mean, I'm supposed to be coming here. He know I was coming. I was invited, you know. And the security was like, well, you can't go in. And she was just like, but I was invited. Where's Suki? Suki. Now she yelling in the front door. Okay, this will let you know how many people aren't there. You know, Suki is over there right in the stream of the door. You know, come on, he won't let me in. He won't let me in. Suki's like, what? He won't let you in? So she goes over to Saucy. My girl is out there trying to get in. Like, why can't she come in? Saucy was just like, oh, well, the signs say ain't no trespassing. Of course, Suki is mad. Like, you told me, you know, she needed to apologize, and I invited her here, and, you know, now you acting like a bitch. You don't want to let her in. You need to let her in. You know, Saucy's looking at her like, excuse me, girl, you going a little too far with this one. This is my party, and I said she can't come in. She the one went and made a damn live video of me talking about that, you know, I was acting up and I pulled my pants down. Not one promoter will tell you that I did that. I didn't do none of that shit that she said. She hurried up and jumped her ass on the video and put it all over the blogs that I was lying and all of this. So, of course, Suki is mad at him. He won't let her in. Now, we see Miami Tip. She out there and Bucky in her hair. She about to walk out. And she see Miami Tip, girl, what you doing out here? Girl, they won't let me in. Okay, look at the signs. Okay, this Saucy Santana, I was coming here to apologize. He mad at me. And Amada La Negra was like, well, do you think that it's because of that live video that you did? And she was like, first of all, it wasn't no live video. Secondly, I'm just telling you what happened. That's exactly what happened. Okay, I was not lying on that. But whatever. She ain't got time to be sitting up here splitting hairs with Saucy Santana's security out here. He don't want to let her in, fine. She gonna leave then, okay? And Suki has to go on and admit that, it's Saucy Santana's event. There's nothing that she can do, even though she tried to get him to let Miami Tip in. If he ain't gonna do it, then that's really nothing that she can do about it. So she just gonna let the whole thing go. Another little part of the show that I could do without is this whole thing with Trick. Okay, I mean, I know that Trick, he's sickly, he has lupus, and Joy seemed to be very concerned about him. She wants him to get his health together, and she said the first step to getting your health straight is fitness. So she and Trick are gonna go work out. Now you can look at Trick and tell that he ain't working out. He don't work out. He said he ain't worked out since jail. And I said, and before that, okay? You ain't worked out in a long, long time if you've ever worked out at all, okay? But of course, he cantankerous. He don't feel like it, She, come on in, we gonna do this. He go in there. Trina's already there. It's a trampoline class. He ain't feeling the trampoline. They got this guy there that's giving a class. He's got these really short, look like boxer shorts on, and he's trying to tell him the class. And Trick is like, oh, what, man, what you doing? You shouldn't bend over like that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do. I was just like, Trina was just like, you got to get into it. You got to do, you got to do it. Keep the beat, keep the rhythm. Trick ain't trying to keep nothing because he does not want to do this, okay? But he gonna humor you guys and let you guys get y'all little few minutes of airplay here. But Trick ain't, no. Later on, we see Trick, he with the boys. What's that boy's name that was on the show last season? They don't even give him little words in the corner to say what his name, Chaotic. I was like, you really got downgraded. You are a friend of the show. And they don't even bother about giving you a little title down there. But anyway, it's Briscoe, it's Chaotic, Trick, they playing dominoes, some other guy. And Briscoe knows that Trick is pretty private when it comes to these things. He don't really want to talk about it, but Chaotic doesn't seem to know that. So he's just like, man, did you get arrested or not? And then, of course, Trick honorary. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it to you. I'm not talking about the arrest, the handcuffs, nothing. Okay, well, you can dig your heels in the sand all you want. We know your ass was arrested because we saw the damn pictures. Now, Briscoe, again, he feels for Trick. He knows that there's some stuff going on and self-medicating. He really wants to talk to him about it because he's been there. But he gonna give Trick his space. All right, right now definitely ain't the time to approach him. And then lastly, you guys, we see Prima Donna. She's in her old neighborhood. She said people don't understand that she came from the bottom, okay, and that she had to work hard to overcome a lot of hurdles and obstacles and turn her life around. And so when she got the fuck up out of there, she got the fuck up out of there, okay? Did not look back, moved to Atlanta, made it happen for herself out here, all right? But people in the hood, her old neighborhood, they seem to be mad at her for doing that, all right? When them kind of people, crabs in a barrel, you can't worry yourself about, all right? You just cannot do it. So anyway, she's back in the neighborhood because they're about to tear down. I'm not sure if it was projects or what. I was watching on my phone, you guys. But this area that her and her friend Ann, who she's meeting over there, they just want to see it before they tear the whole shit down and probably put some old high-ass, expensive-ass housing there. You know how they do gentrification at its finest. But anyway, she's telling Ann how the hood be going off on her because she, left. Ann was like a mentor to her, like a big sister mentor, and always made her feel like she could do things. She didn't need to limit herself to this place. And Ann said, I just needed you to get out and to fly, okay, to spread your wings. And that's exactly what looked like happened when she moved to Atlanta, as far as Ann is concerned. But don't worry about these people down here. You can't please all these folks. Folks always gonna have something to say. Don't let them make you feel guilty about leaving. All right. But so what's going on with you up there in Atlanta? And, Prima Donna was like, girl, I got me a new man, as if her and this guy, isn't she with the same man that she married and she just had a baby, or she got somebody else? I was just like, you couldn't been with him with some years now. Ann wouldn't know that. She act like she just left. But anyway, she said, but girl, guess who I ran into the other day? And she was like, who? And she was like, girl, MJ. And Ann said, oh, MJ. I ran into him and his new boo. And Prima Donna was like, who? Amada La Negra? Yeah, she's cool. She's a real sweet girl. And Ann was just like, well, I sure hope that she know what she doing, because when Ann was with MJ, Ann took it upon herself to take care of MJ. He was an artist. I still don't know what he did as an artist, but he was trying to make it happen. He went to LA. She was financing him, giving him money to do all of these things, I guess, be in the studio and traveling and all that. And the nigga was broke. Okay, never gave her money back. All right, when he came back to Miami, and she had then fell on hard times because she didn't gave him all her money, let her tell it, to do his music career, then he would not go to work. All right, so she felt like after he had then bled her dry, then he had took off and didn't want to have nothing to do with her no more. And she was just like, I just hope that he ain't fixing to do the same thing to Amada La Negra. I said, oh really? Okay, Bucky and her hair didn't know that her brother was a no good. I can't wait to see when Bucky and her hair find out that they talking real foul about her brother. She gonna try to whoop Ann's ass, but I can look at Ann and tell that Ann can fight. She got that, somebody that came into money recently, but ain't never lost her old fighting chops. Look, that bitch look real hard around the edges. Yeah, she'll fuck Bucky and her hair up. So Bucky and her hair better be careful on that one. But yeah, we already knew that MJ was full of shit anyway, you guys. I guess it's just time for it to finally happen on the show. All right, you guys, let me get off of here, get me something to eat, and take it on back to work. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.